Hi, in case you don't know me, I'm Hala and today we're talking everything yoga. I've been practicing yoga for 3 years now, and so I'm gonna talk about the misconceptions of yoga, how I started yoga, and how you can start your own yoga journey. So, first off, misconceptions about yoga. There are a lot of misconceptions about yoga out there. First being, it's a physical practice. Well, yes, yoga has a part of it which is a physical part. It's not entirely a physical practice. Actually, yoga consists of 8 limbs and only one of them is responsible for the physical action or the physical activity, which is the asana. Other than that, the other 7 limbs are not. The term asana translates into the way we sit, which explains why in Hatha yoga we go into a pose and we stay in this pose, acknowledging how we feel or any feeling that comes up for that matter. So is yoga a physical practice? No, it's a life practice. Yoga teaches you how to be a good person, how to be calm, how to be kind to everyone and kind to yourself at the same time, and that's why you are moving your body in a way that feels good. Having said that, doesn't mean that I've been practicing yoga for 3 years, doesn't mean that I'm an angel and know all of these things. It is a work in progress every day. It is a practice and you do have to practice it every day, off and on the mat. Second misconception, you have to be flexible. No, you don't have to be flexible to practice yoga. So let's talk about this for a minute. Let's compare yoga to other sports that are flexibility based. So like ballet or gymnastics, right? Can I say to a ballerina, you don't have to be flexible in order to become a ballerina? No, because ballerinas have to have a certain amount of flexibilities. Of course, a certain amount of strength, which not a lot of people talk about. Like a lot of people will say, well, I'm not flexible enough. Why didn't you just say I'm not strong enough? Because they think they are strong enough. But the reality is you are not strong nor flexible to do anything, right? That's why you are going to practice it, to gain this strength, to gain this flexibility. So let's come back to our ballerina example. Yes, you do have to be flexible in order to become a ballerina. But in yoga, if there was a day that you could not get your splits all the way down, doesn't mean you did not practice, right? Because yoga is very non-judgmental practice. You don't have to be a certain color, a certain size. You have a certain flexibility or strength to practice yoga, because there are tons of modifications along the way that you are going to take in the beginning of your practice and even afterwards, which is gonna give me to the next point. It's going to be the same every day. It's not. Your practice is going to be different every single day. Sometimes you want to move so much, so you do a really high-paced vinyasa flow. Other days you're not feeling it, so you can just have light stretching poses on your mat. Other days you just want to take it slow, so you want a nice slow hatha yoga class where you're going to just stay and breathe and focus on your breath. Every day your mood and your body, you feel different, you are different, so your practice is going to reflect this difference in a very beautiful way. You don't have to be anything to start practicing yoga. Yoga is not gonna tell you, no, you're not flexible enough. Other than other sports like ballet and gymnastics, they can tell you, oh no, you're not, your jumps are not so high, so you're not gonna be able to participate. But in yoga, even if you want to become a teacher and you're not flexible all the way, but you understand and you love the practice and you're willing to practice it every day, then you will become a teacher. The fourth misconception is you have to go to a studio to learn yoga. Well, in my opinion, that is not true. I myself have never been to a yoga studio. I just attended one workshop last year, and that was it. Other than that, I've been practicing from home happily, because really yoga became very popular. There's a lot of content on the internet about yoga, free content, and also if you are willing to purchase an app or something, you'll find tons of amazing options, you know. So no, you don't have to go to a studio to start yoga. Don't let this be your excuse to not start. You're gonna be, well, I need to go to studio because I don't know anything about yoga. I need someone to guide me. Well, actually, no. On the internet, you're going to find a lot of people that are going to guide you, and later on, you're going to learn that you yourself are your best teacher. So now that I've discussed some of the major misconceptions about yoga, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a story about how I myself started yoga. Okay, so let's have a flashback to 12-year-old me. I'm gonna make this short. Okay, I used to play tennis and I hated it because, well, I loved tennis, but I hated the place I was training in. You know, people, I don't wanna say anything bad, but people, they're very competitive, so that they will cut your face up. So I did not love this competition thing. I don't want to be in a competition with someone else, you know. I just didn't love the idea. But I love the sport as a hobby or something. I really enjoyed tennis. So I left, and then I was not playing any sports like for 2 years, which is like the most. I've never done any sports in my life, because growing up I did ballet just for a little bit because my sister was doing ballet and she was like, really, I want you to join me, and I was like, fine. So I tried, but I wasn't actually practicing ballet. I was just, you know, having fun around the studio that they were doing ballet in. But nevertheless, I was moving, yeah. So that was the first thing, and then I played tennis for ever, like very long time. Tennis and fitness and tennis and fitness and stuff. And even when I was taking breaks from tennis, I actually was doing home workouts when I was really young, which is crazy. So I would just do some exercise that I know of, you know. I don't know, thinking about it now is like, wow, why did I do this? But yes, it's nice that I did that. So from like 12 years old to 14 years old, I did not do any sports, which was not good for me or my body or my mind, honestly. You always go through a phase where you're crazy and you're doing really crazy things. That was my time. But yeah, luckily I'm done with it. So I was not doing any sports. I was, of course, eating like trash. You know, I was just going out with my friends, and whatever they're ordering, I'm just gonna order it. Even though I never asked myself, do I like this food or not? I really never did, but that's okay, you live and learn. And it was a nice experience, you know. I got to do a lot of things in this year. After the craziness went away a little bit, and I was like, you know, I'm not feeling myself, you know, I'm not feeling myself. So I decided to start home workouts. And you know, on the internet, you'll never get lost. There are tons of home workouts, and I did a lot. So I would every day do home workouts. Really improved my self. I don't know, it just made me feel so much better, made me feel so much more like myself. And I liked it. I like that I'm doing something for me. And it was like the first time where I was doing sports, but I was the one that is giving this to myself. I wasn't going to a certain trainer and he was telling me what to do. I was telling myself what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and all of these things. And then slowly I started taking care of what I'm eating, you know the drill, yeah. And yeah, I lost the weight and everything. I can do a separate video about this because I have a lot to say about this. Now here comes the yoga. I was trying things on the internet and then I was like, ooh, I've never tried yoga before. I've always heard about it, you know, it's very popular, but only heard about it. And I was like, is that even a sport? Like, does that count as a sport that would help you build muscles or lose weight or blah blah blah? And then I tried yoga and I was still not there yet. I was like, I don't understand. So I was like back and forth. I was really curious. That's the thing that brought me into yoga. I was really curious about what is this practice? How is it a sport? How is it supposed to help you do anything in your life? And then I started following more Instagram influencers or like yoga Instagram influencers. And really, Instagram was a big guide for my practice in the beginning. Like, it just gives you a lot of inspiration for poses or flows or techniques and all of this kind of stuff. So that really helped me big time. I want to tell you that throughout the 3 years of my yoga journey, I've only become more understanding and serious about yoga less than a year ago. So yes, I've been trying to practice yoga for 3 years, but when I did really get there was just like less of a year ago. But it doesn't matter, as long as I was trying and going into this path, it doesn't matter how deep I went into it. A lot of people, not all, but a lot of people get introduced to yoga through the asana, of course, the physical practice, the physical aspect, but really not all of the people. Okay, don't mind my dog. Really not all of the people get first into yoga through asanas. A lot of people get there through meditation. Anyways, I got to yoga through the asana. So I got into yoga through the asana, the physical practice. It's okay, don't feel that you are shallow or you're not doing it right because it's more than a physical practice. No, it's okay in the beginning to just feel like it is a physical practice, because maybe when you connect to your body physically, you can connect to your, you know, inner soul, inner self, so that you can do some meditation, you can do a lot of other things in yoga. Don't feel like you're doing it wrong in the beginning if you're just focusing on the asanas. It's totally normal. It happens to a lot of people. But throughout my 3-year journey, I had a gap or a fallout from yoga where I didn't really practice yoga at all. And that is when I was really focusing on doing Pilates and HIIT and all of this kind of stuff. I was focusing on like my body, or that I wanted to lose weight, or I wanted to gain more muscles, and I thought yoga could not do this to me, so I'm gonna drop it. I'm not gonna give it some of my time, which was not an amazing decision, but I made it anyways. But then I got reunited with yoga in 2019, last year, and that time was like the happiest time of my life. I was only practicing yoga. That is it. I loved it. Oh my god, it just gave me so much ease. And before that I was like, I'm gonna drop yoga, it's not doing that much to me, I'm gonna just focus on like Pilates and HIIT workouts and stuff. But no, I only did yoga at that time. Like yoga and going on walks, it really like eased my mind, and yoga really helps you relieve stress. And yeah, it's the time where I felt most in sync, yeah. And it's the time where I made the most progress in my asana practice. Became so much stronger. My inversions are going stronger. They're not perfect, but they are better. My back bends are so much deeper, and you know, That's the time where I made the most progress. And then I was like, well, I know the asana now. Of course, not all of it, but I'm on the right path in it. And I wanted to explore more about the other aspects, the other limbs of yoga. So yamas and niyamas, the paranamya, all of these, I wanted to go deeper into them. I started incorporating more breathing exercise throughout my day. Still not perfect, still not doing a lot of meditation. I believe that it is really, really important for everyone to take from 20 to 60 minutes of their days for themselves, where they can just sit still, focus on their breath, and just decharge from everything around them. Let's talk about why should you start yoga. I think that everyone should be practicing yoga, to be honest with you, but they don't. So why should you start yoga? And of course, you should know by now that yoga is very, very beneficial for your body and your mind. But other than that, the yoga community is just amazing. Seeing a lot of people practicing with you, sharing the same interest, the same curiosity for this practice is just amazing. You just keep encouraging each other along the way. With this quarantine came online yoga classes via Zoom. So whenever you if you ever tried those classes, you will find tons of people from all around the world practicing the same exact flow that you are practicing. From all around the world, different ages, different, not only girls but also men, like male and female, different ages, different color, different gender, different everything. And it is just fantastic to I'm here doing the same thing that these people are doing. It just brings this feeling of unity, which yoga, the word yoga means unity, but the word yoga meant the unity between your mind, body, and soul. But I think the yoga also brought unity to the world, that there's this powerful and beautiful yoga community that's there that are lifting each other up, and it's just amazing. So I hope this video gave you some inspiration to start your own yoga journey. I'm going to link down some yoga classes, free yoga classes on YouTube that made me fall in love with yoga even more, so that it can just help you jumpstart your yoga practice. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.